We're proud to have all of our grant recipients here today. We're so pleased that we're able to have this many gathered as an example of the organizations and agencies that the Community Foundation assist in the region. Today we are awarding more than $623,000. Thank you, thank you. And this goes to 45 different agencies. The reason we can do this, the Danville Regional Foundation has assisted us with a $250,000 grant, and Starlin McKenzie will be up here a little later to award those particular grants. Since 1996, the Community Foundation has awarded more than $17,600,000. And I think that's just fantastic, and we're just delighted that we can do that. Before we began our presentations, I want you to know that immediately after all of the awards are made, we've got a photographer, and we want to take a picture of at least one representative of each agency. And so I'll remind you of that later on, so don't just run out when you get your money. No, and right now I don't know whether it will be outside or whether it will be inside, but we'll inform you of that. Hopefully Richard will have his act together, and the light will be the light will be in the proper place for Richard. Let's say that. I would like to do something that I omitted on one occasion, and I never finished hearing the rebuffs from that. I'd like to introduce you to our staff, and unfortunately today the only person I can introduce in person is our Executive Director, Deborah Dotson. Deborah does it all. Honestly. Today she has, and that's what she just said. We have our finance officer who is absent with surgery, and today our program officer evidently has a flu bug, so she's not here either, but we do have a number of our board members who are present today and who have helped out, been so gracious to do that. And I'm going to ask our board members to stand, if you will. I won't call your name, but just please stand, if you will, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, at this time, I'm going to ask the chairperson of the distribution committee to come forward. The distribution committee, anyone who has ever served on that committee can attest that it is a working committee. Giving away someone else's money is not a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, honestly it is. And today, Margaret Scott is going to come forward and to present the awards. Margaret?
Thank you, Lawrence.
Let me get over here.
This is the fun part. But Lawrence will give out the checks. I'd like to add my welcome to Lawrence's, and also a thanks to all of the organizations, all of you and the organizations you represent who do so much to enrich the lives of our community. And also any donors, and all donors I'd like to thank, because without whom we couldn't make these presentations. As Lawrence said, we're awarding 45 organizations a little over $623,000 today, $250 of which has come from our generous relationship with the Danville Regional Foundation. We started out with $1.7 million in requests from 75 organizations. So I thank those who serve on the distribution committee for the work, and now today we have the fun in awarding those funds to each of you. With so many to award today, I'm going to call out the name and the amount of the check, and I'm going to ask a representative from each organization to come forward and accept the check from Lawrence. And then if you would briefly describe what project the grant funds will will serve. Just briefly describe to us. And I'll ask you to follow along in your program, which also has that purpose, but it also tells you from which funds those, the grant is being awarded. So, the Alzheimer's Association from Central and Western Virginia will receive $9,500.
As it says in the program, I'll stand in the middle even though the microphone is not live. These funds will allow us with Sharon Hughes, Sharon stand up, our creative arts director, to bring the arts and cultural activities to those dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia in the Dan River region, particularly those who are in facilities or who are at home with family caregivers. So as we know about Alzheimer's, the ability to appreciate the arts remains long into the disease. So this is about increasing quality of life for our loved ones dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Animal Welfare League of Pittsylvania County, $3,000.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Booth. I'm the president of the Animal Welfare League, Pittsylvania County, and the group formed in 2008 with the sole purpose of rescuing as many adoptable dogs from the county pound. At that time, the euthanasia rate was consistently around 85%, and as of 2013, we have brought that rate down to 38%. And I am emotional. This $3,000 check will go towards preventive medicines for the dogs that we rescue from the pound each week. And because the public is becoming so much more aware of us, we are taking in a lot more owner-release dogs and cats. So hopefully this can continue, and I'd like to thank everybody on the League's behalf and our rescues.
Ark of the South Side or Hatcher Center, $90,000.
Thank you. This says provides services for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We have 109 individuals that attend our program. We provide transportation for these people, about 80% of them, for 4 counties, including Danville, Gretna, Chatham, Roswell. We cover just a wide range. We're expanding and changing our programs too, so this money is going to be geared towards some of our new programs that we're implementing, which you will be hearing a lot of this year. So thank you very much for this support.
Boys and Girls Club of the Danville area, $20,000.
Congratulations.
On behalf of the Board of Directors for the Boys and Girls Club and the children and staff of the Boys and Girls Club, first like to thank the Community Foundation for this generous donation and gift to us. We serve about 250 children in Danville and Pittsylvania County, and first and foremost, this is going to create an even safer environment for our children in our gym at Foster Street. We're going to be able to put up some lining the walls with padding for the safety of the children, which is very exciting for us. Also assist with some of our programs with healthy lifestyles, transportation, and a couple of other things. So thank you so much.
Caswell County EMS, $13,200.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Foundation, for presenting us with this. This is for us to purchase a utility-type vehicle for off-road rescue, help with special events. There's several trails and stuff that's been put in that last year was put in through grants from the Foundation that we can't access patients if they get injured on these trails. This will assist us with access to these and being able to safely remove patients from remote areas.
Chapter 240, Air Force Association, $1,500.
On behalf of the Chapter 240 and Air Force Association, I want to thank the Community Foundation for these funds. We'll use these funds and provide money from the local chapter and the Air Force Association to provide STEM grants to local area teachers.
City of Danville Fire Department, $20,000.
Thank you very much. As a fire department, people know that we put out fires all the time. But what people don't know is that the City of Danville Fire Department also has the emergency management aspect for the city, as well as the 911 center. And this grant will help us to purchase a bus that's going to be used for evacuating areas of the city when there's a need to evacuate people to a more suitable, safe location. It'll also be used to help shelter people in place on emergency scenes. We've had fires where we had victims of the fire have to wait out in the snow and the cold, and there was nowhere for them to go, and it took a long time to get anybody there to transport them to a shelter or to a suitable place to house them. So this will go a long way in helping with that, as well as allowing us to transport that next wave of emergency responders that come in. After all the trucks are on the scene and we have to have the next wave come in, we can also utilize it for that. So this will be very helpful, and we thank the foundation.
City of Danville Department of Parks and Recreation, Special Recreation Division. I'm sorry, $13,000.
Thank you. I just want to thank the Community Foundation of the Dan River region for this check, and she's going to speak for me.
As being the social worker for the dialysis center here in Danville, this grant will allow us to provide transportation for life-saving dialysis to our patients that are ages 60 and under, 3 days a week to and from dialysis that have no other means of transportation for treatment. Thank you.
City of Danville Division of Social Services, Neighbors Helping Neighbors, $25,000.
On behalf of Danville Social Services and the City of Danville, I would like to thank the Community Foundation for this generous donation. Neighbors Helping Neighbors is a program that was developed to provide energy assistance for the needy families in Danville. We help vulnerable families that they have to have a vulnerable member, a disabled individual, a child under the age of 12, or an elderly person over the age of 60. We assist them with maintaining their power if they're unable to do so. And due to the high cost of electric bills in Danville, there is a real need for this, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Danville Area Choral Arts Society, $1,500.
Thank you, Margaret. Hi, my name is Carolyn Smith. I'm the Executive Director with the Danville Area Choral Arts Society, and I'm happy to report that DACUS is not only alive and well, but we are thriving. In the past 2 years, we've added 14 new members, new, young, talented singers that are new to the Danville area. And that's important to you because people will move to an area for a job, but they stay because of lifestyle. And we would not have this opportunity to present these concerts without the support of the Community Foundation. So thank you very much. This spring we will present Haydn's Requiem, and along with a new Requiem, hot off the press, by Dan Forrest, which is the Living Requiem. And this is all supported by Danville Community Foundation. Thank you very much.
Danville Area Humane Society for $6,500.
You want to take this money, you want to just leave it with me.
We took over operation of the city animal shelter in 1984, and since that time we have had 100,000 animals come through the door. Including those that we have seized in cruelty cases, dogs being held in bite cases, dog fighting investigations. So if you parents think that 4 children can do harm to a house, just think what 100,000 animals can do to a shelter. We need to upgrade some of the older parts of the shelter, including taking out all of the wood to prevent disease transmission, and we are very grateful for this. This money will allow us to use other funds to continue our rescues and our investigations, our 24-hour, 365-day service to the animals in this area, and we are very grateful. Thank you.
Danville Cancer Association, $25,000.
Many of you may know, maybe I do know here, but I am a new face to Danville Cancer Association. I'm a new executive director, and as of this money that is given to us, the $25,000 that's coming from Community Foundation as well as the Faith Home Endowment Fund, we will use this $25,000 to help the local area cancer patients with the cost of their prescriptions, supplies, and treatments. And as of now, when I first started on January the 2nd of this year, we were servicing 289, and in the 9 days that I have been there, we have actually added on 9 patients. So we do really appreciate this, and it will go to good use. Thank you. I'm sorry.
The Danville Concert Association, $3,500.
This money will allow the Danville Concert Association to do something rather cool and non-traditional for us, at least. It allows us to bring our American heritage performance at the end of the year. It will feature Irish American music. And for those of you who know the tradition of the Concert Association, how about a mandolin and a guitar and an accordion and some folk singers representing the spirit of miners from Butte, Montana? Thank you.
The Danville Family YMCA, $6,800.
This generous gift will go toward a blood pressure machine kiosk in the new YMCA. It's much like the machines that you see at Walmart or Target or CVS, where you can just go right in, sit down, put your arm through the cuff, and get your blood pressure taken. We know that many folks are walking around with high blood pressure, and it's a major risk factor for things like cardiovascular disease. So being able to monitor the members and to be able to put them through programs to see how they advance through the program and test that blood pressure over time is really going to help. So we're so thankful for the Community Foundation for their continued support of the community through the YMCA.
Danville Science Center, $15,000.
I'm Annette Roncaglione. I'm the administrator of the Danville Science Center Foundation. On behalf of the Board of Directors, the staff at the Science Center, thank you very much. We are very appreciative of these funds. These funds will help for the Science Center to bring in 2 exhibits, one being From Here to There. It has to do with the science of motion, whether it be by land, water, or sea. Land, water, yeah, sea, that's right. And the second one is the attack of the bloodsuckers. I know people are thinking, oh, this is Halloween, right? But it actually, we have, the exhibit is concerning ticks, mosquitoes, leeches, and other parasites, and how really these creatures are very important for our ecosystem. So we're very excited. We do appreciate the funds and the continued support that you've always given us. Thanks.
Danville Speech and Hearing Center, $25,000.
Barry Sides, past president of the Danville Speech and Hearing Center Board, and just like to appreciate the Community Foundation for these funds. These funds will be used for anyone that's underinsured or that doesn't have enough insurance or it's low income. The Speech and Hearing Center is probably one of Danville's better kept secrets. If you haven't had the services, or if you haven't had a family member who has the services, you probably never heard of us. It treats a wide range of patients, from children that have speech impediments, that have ear infections that have caused speech problems, all the way up to older adults that have experienced either cancer or stroke and something in those fields. So these funds will be used to cover everyone, taking local monies and helping local folks. So we thank you and thank the foundation.
Family Services of Caswell County, $16,000.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, and I'd like to say thank you to Community Foundation, as well as James Russell and Zora Carter Anderson Fund. The funds that we were granted here today, we're going to use to buy a minivan for our domestic violence shelter in Caswell County. Let me start over. I'm Programs Director for Family Services of Caswell County. The current vehicle that we have now is a very, very small, compact vehicle. We recently moved to a larger shelter with more beds. This minivan will help us tremendously to transport clients. Instead of taking one family to the grocery store, coming back and getting the second one and coming back and going, we can put them all in at one time, hopefully, and make shorter trips. And I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Feeding America, Southwest Virginia, $10,000.
Hello, I'm Jenny Dowd with Feeding America, Southwest Virginia, and I want to thank the Board of Directors, the Community Foundation, and the Anderson Fund for this support. This is a really awesome gift for Feeding America, Southwest Virginia. We are really the behind-the-scenes partner for 28 different feeding programs in the Pennsylvania and Danville area. As a matter of fact, we have provided over 1 million pounds of food that will support 71,000 meals in this region and has served over 47,000 families. We exist only because of the support and partnership in the communities, and this gift will go to help further our support in your region to serve those families. We believe that food is a basic human right of everyone, and we certainly want to help improve the plight of children, single head household families, seniors, and those who really are food insecure in this region. So thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to be here, and we appreciate this so much.
The Institute for Advanced Learning and Research Foundation, $4,500.
I'm Dana Salicki, and on behalf of the Institute for Advanced Learning and Research, I would like to thank the Community Foundation for this grant. The Academy for Engineering and Technology will begin this coming school year for up to 25 Danville and Pittsylvania County students, upcoming juniors, and at the completion of this 2-year program, they'll have 33 college credits in engineering and also English and math. So this grant will help us fund workplace experience field trips, so the students will not only learn theory in engineering, but they'll also get to visit and see hands-on some of the industry work. So thank you.
Oak Grove Residential Care Center, $6,000.
Kitty Rogers on the board at Oak Grove Residential Care. We thank you so, so much. The building is over 80 years old. I think it's due a new kitchen, and this will certainly go a long way in helping the flooring and lighting for the residents there. We thank you very much for all your support. Thank you.
Pittsylvania County Literacy Program, $1,000.
Good afternoon. I'm Patsy Pickrell, the Program Director of the Pennsylvania County Literacy Program. Our mission is to provide literacy services and promote literacy awareness to the people in Pennsylvania County. However, our Board of Directors realize that in order to instill literacy, we need to begin at an early age. And so we are going to use this grant to continue our at-risk children's project, which means getting books into the hands of at-risk children. We thank you very much, and the children who will receive the books thank the Community Foundation as well. Thank you, Bob.
Smart Beginnings, Danville, Pittsylvania County, $13,000.
Good afternoon. The mission of Smart Beginnings is to ensure that as many children as possible are ready for success in kindergarten. And part of being ready for kindergarten is being ready to read. We're working closely with child care providers and parents to teach them reading readiness strategies. But through this grant, we're able to ensure that 510 children in need will get high-quality, age-appropriate books by mail through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Every year, we know that there's about 6,000 children under the age of 6 in Danville, Pennsylvania County. So 500 is a great start, but we're working with individuals and other groups to grow that number to make sure that we're building those in-home libraries all over town. And I'd like to introduce our board chairman, Kirby Wright.
Thank you. And to the Community Foundation, on behalf of the board and our hardworking staff at the Smart Beginning, I'd like to thank each one of you for the grant that is going to certainly help us, to help the children in this community. So thank you to the Community Foundation and also to the Russell and Anderson Foundation. Thank you.
The Southern Area Agency on Aging, $25,000.
Good afternoon, everyone. Southern Area Agency on Aging is very grateful for this generous contribution by the Community Foundation. You might know that here in Danville in the Pittsylvania County area that the Agency on Aging provides a wide array of support services for the 60 and older population. But during the course of administering those numerous programs and services, things like Meals on Wheels, our transportation services, our home repair program, case management services, we very often come in contact with older individuals whose income is at or near the poverty level, who are in a crisis situation or an emergency type situation. They require some things to be done very quickly. and efficiently so that they can continue living independently in their home. One good example I can give of that is to, very quickly arrange services so that someone can come and help that older person with their bath or their light housekeeping needs. Or there might be a home repair that is presenting a safety concern for that older person. So these grant funds will work very nicely in conjunction with the agency's other funding in order to serve more older individuals with our emergency program in Danville and Pennsylvania County. Thank you very much.
As mentioned earlier, out of the $623,000 that we're able to award today, $250,000 of that was donated to the foundation from the Danville Regional Foundations for us to re-grant during our competitive grant cycle. So at this point in our program, I would like to ask Starling McKenzie, the Senior Program Officer from the Danville Regional Foundation, to come forward and say a few words, and then he will award the next set of grants from the Danville Regional Fund.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Danville Regional Foundation, our President and CEO, Carl Starver, we want to thank you for participating in this grant award program. We want to thank you, the recipients, for the services you provide to the Dan River region. Your services have been critical to the needs of the citizens here, and we thank you for that. And we also want to thank the Community Foundation for partnering with us, that we may be able to reach those organizations that we normally don't. Again, we want to say thank you for your services. Continue to work hard for the Dan River region.
ATT Search and Rescue Dogs of Virginia, $1,000.
I'm Joanne Kaczynski with ATT Search and Rescue Dogs of Virginia. We are a regional group that we train search and rescue dogs in. We have ones who do air scent, trailing, and human remains detection. Thanks to the Community Foundation and the Danville Regional Foundation, we have been able to be in existence and become to a point where we are ready to be a state resource. This is the last step. They gave us $1,000 to get our FCC radio licenses to license the radios that the Community Foundation gave us a grant to get a year or so ago. So we appreciate them immensely, both organizations, and without them, we wouldn't be in existence and we wouldn't have dogs to go find your missing children, Alzheimer's patients, and to assist in the time of need. We thank you.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Danville area, $18,000.
Thank you for this most gracious award from the Community Foundation as well as the Danville Regional Foundation. On behalf of our president, who is none other than Kelvin Perry, and other members of our board, we're very, very thankful for this gift. I am standing, Pat Daniel, along with our board development chair, Patrina Carter, to thank you for this gift. The most important thing that we do is provide for the health, wealth, and safety of the children in the Dan River region that we serve at this time. This grant will allow us to have programming and training to provide for the health and safety of the children in our program that will be far-reaching and we hope will last a lifetime. There will be speakers brought in to present to our parents, our children, and our volunteers. But in addition to that, we just want to have some fun. So therefore, we're going to take some trips, and then we're going to have a back-to-school event as well. And we thank you again.
Callens Volunteer Fire and Rescue, $10,500.
My name is Brian Garrett. I'm captain with Callens Fire and Rescue. On behalf of Callens Fire and Rescue, as well as all the residents of the Callens community. We'd like to thank the Community Foundation as well as the Danville Regional Foundation. As many of you know, the business of fire and rescue has gotten very, very expensive. Year to year, we have to prioritize projects to figure out what we're going to pay for. And if it weren't for the generosity of foundations such as these, we'd be a lot further behind. The majority of this grant is going to go to replace fire hose that was given to us when our department started in 1979. So we're talking 35-plus-year-old fire hose. A lot of stuff gets lost in the shuffle. Also going to buy some more personal protective equipment. We've been fortunate recently to add to our membership, so we have to supply them now. Once again, we thank you for this.
Caswell Family Medical Center, $9,000.
Hello, my name is Patricia Toller. I'm the clinical nurse coordinator at Caswell Family Medical Center. I'm also the immunization administrator. And as many of you are aware, immunizations are very, very expensive, and so they have to be stored very, very carefully, and we need a new industrial-sized refrigerator that can comply with all the immunization standards and guidelines. So that's what we're going to do with this money, and Caswell Family Medical Center would like to thank the Community Foundation of the Dan River region for this money, and we really appreciate it, and it will go to good use. Thank you.
Caswell Parish, $18,000.
Well, I'm new here today, new face, and you can tell that I'm new because I have my paper and my pencil. I take it everywhere I go. I started with Deborah Jones, the manager of the Caswell Parish, a few years ago when I retired. She told me to come down there. I thought she was going to take me to Starbucks somewhere or for a sandwich. So I waited around, and she didn't say a word about taking me anywhere, but I always take a peanut butter jelly sandwich when I go. So I had that in my truck, and never, I said, well, make sure you take me someplace. Never did, and she told this gentleman, show Ann the place and how to do this and how to do that. And I said, my goodness, I didn't come for that, but I enjoyed it after I had retired. I went down and got back home. I told my husband, I said, you know, I might be volunteering down there at Caswell Parish. He said, good. But anyway, and I have truly enjoyed the experience. But I'm here to let you know that the Community Foundation and the Dan River Regional Foundation, we express our appreciation for this grant, and on behalf of the Caswell County Board of Directors, staff, and the community for this generous gift to help feed rural Caswell County residents in need. The Two Hearts to Go mobile food distribution truck delivers emergency food to 3 rural sites in the county. The Caswell Parish offers a safety net for many facing economic hardship. Faced with high unemployment, nearly 1,000 Caswell County individuals lost their unemployment benefits as of July 1st, 2013. And many other residents, we help our seniors on fixed income or raising grandchildren and those facing disabilities for medical reasons and others. From our first implementation of the Rural Delivery Service program beginning March 1st, 2012 until December 31st, 2013, our volunteers fed 1,800 households. Within these households, there were 2,178 people there, including 452 children. Second Harvest Food Bank, our partnering agency, and Caswell County Food Lion distributed 55,273 pounds of food to our agency during this time period. With this new grant, we will continue to provide nutritious food to those in need in Caswell County. Again, thank you, Community Foundation and the Danville Regional Foundation, for your generous gift. I cannot thank you appropriately, but please accept my thank you. Thank you.
The Climax Volunteer Fire Department, $8,500.
Well, when Mr. McFall actually mentioned this was used for whiskey production at one time, it perked our interest. If you remember, our chief, Tim Smith, is the star of the Moonshiner Show on Discovery Channel. So we feel right at home here. But as all volunteer fire departments, we do struggle for cash coming up with equipment, and it's very expensive nowadays. What you've done for us, we really appreciate. We'll actually be buying a thermal imager. You may say, what in the world is that? But a thermal imager is a device that helps you see heat differentiations. So for instance, you can tell a fire has extended into another portion of a structure from a distance away. Sometimes you can even creatively find a person lying on a floor through dark smoke because of the temperature difference. Or at an accident scene, if somebody's thrown from a vehicle and it's dark and you've got tall grass, you might be able to locate the victim with that device as well. So it just adds to our repertoire of tools of what we can use, and we thank you for that. So appreciate it.
Danville Church-based tutorial, $20,000.
Our president is here. I thought he was coming up. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, I think I was born about a little over a half century too late. Wouldn't it be great, I now say, to be in Danville, to be a young child at risk, in need of academic help, and enrolled in a church-based tutorial program here in Danville? Because this summer, due to the generosity of these foundations, I would be able, perhaps, if chosen, to go to Danville Community College and build my own computer, learn how to operate it, and carry it home with me. What an opportunity. And can you imagine the pride that will be instilled in a child who achieves that? And you help make that possible. Thank you.
Danville, Pennsylvania Community Services, $15,000.
On behalf of Danville, Pennsylvania Community Services Board of Directors and staff and our Executive Director, Jim Bebo, I would like to say thank you to the Community Foundation and to the Danville Regional Foundation for providing us this generous gift. With this funding, we will be able to purchase a 14-passenger bus, which transports many of our at-risk youth and families to valuable prevention services. Each year, we transport over 300 youth and parents to these services, and services include parent and education programs, summer camps, a lot of substance abuse, education prevention activities and programs, violence prevention programs. Without being able to provide transportation, many of the youth and family would not have access to this service. So we really appreciate this, giving them the opportunity to be able to participate in these services. Thank you.
Danville Symphony Orchestra, $8,300.
My name is David Basin. I'm the president of the Danville Symphony. I've actually been the president for 4 years. I'd like to read the mission statement for the Danville Symphony. Providing quality live music performances of classical and otherwise worthy repertoire through symphony concerts and by partnering with other performers and performing arts organizations. Providing an opportunity for dedicated, talented musicians throughout the region to express and advance their talents, and providing an economical development benefit to the Dan River Regional by providing quality life for citizens and those looking to relocate to the region. The money will be used for 4 free concerts. One of the examples that we followed our mission statement is just recently we had our Christmas concert on the 15th, and we had DACUS performing with us, which we had provided a very lovely concert for the community, which we had 800 to 900 folks that attended. Those are free concerts, so we really cannot keep a total number of tickets because we don't sell tickets. The only reason we don't sell tickets is we're a nonprofit, and these type of foundations providing this funding for us is how we survive and benefit. And one of the other things I'd like to mention is that not only we didn't collect money, but we did collect food. And we collected 1,500 pounds of food for the God's Storehouse. And we also collected $600 cash for God's Storehouse as well. So we've been doing this for 22 years, thanks to the donations from the community and the foundations. Our next free concert is March 15th at GW High School Auditorium. Thank you, Community Foundation and the Danville Regional Foundation.
Free Clinic of Danville, $25,000.
I'm Dr. Edwin Harvey, medical director of our free clinic. A significant number of our patients have diabetes, most of whom have the type 2 or adult onset, which is non-insulin dependent. But the care of these patients is very comprehensive, and not only do they require oral drug therapy in most cases, but also supplies which enable them to periodically check their blood sugars, manage their disease more effectively, and these are expensive. And of paramount importance is our education program. We have regular classes, and that's just so important in helping them manage their diabetes effectively. And so this money is going to that program, all those aspects of our diabetic patients, and we are profoundly grateful.
God's Storehouse, $24,000.
Hi, I'm Karen Harris. I'm the director of God's Storehouse, which is the nonprofit food pantry here in Danville. And we serve Danville and Pittsylvania County. And we've been in existence since 1987. And I'm so excited to see this funding because part of it will go to our main program, which is food distribution. Just last year, we distributed over 34,500 boxes of food. Just on Monday, we served 260 boxes of food, and on the 23rd of December, we served 422 boxes of food. So the need is definitely very great in our community to continue to provide food. So part of this funding will go to help purchase food to distribute. The second part of this funding will go to a new program that we've started this year, which is our Danville Backpacks program. And that is a program where we're working with a Danville City School, and we are providing children with weekend food to take home over the weekend so that they will be nourished and be able to learn and to be educated on Monday when they come back to school. And we're serving about 129 students right now, and we're wanting to grow that program. So this funding will definitely help us grow that program. So I want to thank the Community Foundation and the Regional Foundation for making this possible. Thank you.
House of Hope, $11,400.
Good afternoon. My name is Gary Wasson. I'm on the board of directors of the House of Hope. The House of Hope is an emergency homeless shelter. We've been in existence since 2009, and the board felt that we were starting to get at least a little bit of handle on the day-to-day shelter activities, and we wanted to expand the way we help people. So we started a case management initiative with the people who come through the House of Hope to try to find out what were their impediments, what got them into the situation that they were in, and help transport them to different places for jobs or for counseling or whatever. So that's what this money will go for, to help expand that effort. And we thank the Community Foundation and the Danville Regional Foundation for their support. Thank you.
Mount Cross Volunteer Fire and Rescue, $15,000.
I want to thank the Danville Community Foundation and Danville Regional Foundation. I want to thank Donna and her group and the board members. They're the greatest people in this area to work with, and I thank them. I got $15,000. You know what? It would take us 7 years selling Brunswick stew to get $15,000. Right, Mike? You save us a lot of work, and we're going to take this $15,000 and we're going to buy a power stretcher so our little girls and little boys and the big boys don't have so much trouble of picking that stretcher up, put it in an ambulance. And by the way, I'm Bill Daniels, and I was the chairman of the board for several years until last night at 9:30. So I'm still going to be on the board. I'll be back later, and I want to thank y'all very much. Thank you.
Pelham Volunteer Fire Department, $6,120.
My name's Corey Ward. On the behalf of Pelham Fire Department, I would like to thank y'all for this. We're going to purchase an AED for a second out first responder vehicle. The one we have now is kind of outdated. And also safety equipment for when we're working on the side of the road, collapsible cones, and a couple other safety lights, and help proceed our safety a lot. Thank y'all.
Pennsylvania County 4-H Club, $5,000.
Thank you so much. I'm Jamie Stowe, and I represent Virginia Cooperative Extension. As you notice, she said Pennsylvania County 4-H, but Pennsylvania County 4-H is one arm of programming that is conducted by Virginia Cooperative Extension, and that's our youth development program. And due to the generosity of this grant, we will be able to enhance our current overnight summer camp program that we have. But more excitingly than that, it's going to allow us to develop a new summer program consisting of 4 week-long day camps that will help youth to develop life skills. So it's going to be very beneficial to the youth in Pennsylvania County, and we appreciate the support.
Providence Fire and Rescue, $7,500.
How you doing? I'm Johnny Hodges, Providence Fire and Rescue. This kind of touches me when I got a little story to tell. If you give you an ear a few minutes, we're gonna take this money, like Mr. Daniel said. I've been a fireman for 30 years. You know, when you work hard to help your community, when someone else will help you, give you something to help them, it's even more rewarding to you. This year we're gonna get we're going to purchase some new protective equipment for our members, which is turnout gear. Of course, the fire gear. And it saves lives. It saved mine. I don't know if y'all noticed, I lived up here because I've had mine cut off of me before because I was hurt real bad, and it probably saved my life, really. And with technology, every year it goes up. You know, it gets better. I mean, when I got on 30 years ago, I wore a coat that probably weighed 40 or 50 pounds, and I had rubber boots. Now you got full gear, it's lightweight, it's more technology. With technology comes expense, you know that. But that's what we're going to do with the money this year is we got some that's outdating every year. The chiefs here can tell you the NAPA standards, they change all the time. You know, it goes up every year, everything you use. But can't tell y'all guys it takes 2 EMT knives and a buck knife to cut tourniquet off of you when you've been run over with a truck. So thank y'all for this, and y'all do a great job, and keep it up. We need it.
Ringo Volunteer Fire and Rescue, $15,000.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My name is Mike Neal. I'm Fire Chief of Ringo Fire and Rescue. I tried to get Kevin to step up with me. I was going to introduce his Miami Vice, Crockett and Tubbs, but he wouldn't come up. But anyway, Kevin's with me today, one of EMTs, so appreciate him coming. Thank you so much from the Community Foundation and the Regional Foundation for supporting us, and you have a lot over the years. And we're truly blessed. If you read this book right here, you know, we sort of was the last one brought up to date, and you're sitting right there and you look through this little booklet and all the people, the homes, the hatchery centers, the clinics, the fire and rescue department. You know, we're really blessed to be in an area where we got a group like these people and the board, the donors, the giving money to give this to us, because it don't happen everywhere, okay? And just to tell you a little quick story or two, and all these fire guys have been up here. You know, we work together. We've got a brotherhood. Johnny from Providence, me and him worked together a good year. And yeah, I remember his accident when the truck backed in, pinned him, and pretty much crushed his leg. He had some gear on, but everything you said is true. The money that we got this year, the $15,000, we're located on the east end of Danville, 58 east end of Danville. We cover a large area, and all fire departments cover big areas. We ran like 890 calls last year. We got 3 industrial parks we're covering now. That's the Ringo East, the Ringo West, Cane Creek Central. If you read the Danville paper today, cleared more land, Cane Creek Central, put more industry in. You know, so these big places, okay? And these buildings, Intertape, Brockway, DTI, Swedwood, Yorktown, Dan Valley Complex, Axaw, Go 6 International. All these places we cover. Thing is, they 30 to 50 to 65 foot tall, okay? So when our Board of Supervisors brought all these industries in the county, and you know, in the first 3 or 4 questions, what kind of fire and rescue protection do I have? Oh, you got good fire and rescue. They got 6 fire trucks, 3 ambulances, and a crash truck, negate them, blah, 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 blah. But what they forgot to tell me is our ladders don't go with 24 foot high, okay? So these buildings are 30 to 50 and 65 in places, okay? So, you know, closest ladder truck we got in Pennsylvania County is Chatham, okay? So we got to wait 40 minutes to get a truck down here. These industries cover, the 3 parks are big, about 8 to 10 industries now, employ over 1,100 people. Some of y'all may have family that work some of these places I just named. So it's their job, it's their livelihood. So, you know, we try to protect them. We got the good people, David's group from the city. If we get down and need some additional equipment, they can send it. Chatham will send the truck down, but initially we wanted 2 miles from all these industries. I don't have a ladder truck can cover. So this is what this money is going for. We've raised probably close to $350,000 so far. We're looking at about $500,000. We've looked at 2 trucks. They're like 75-foot aerials, 1,500 gallon-minute pumps. They're like a demo truck, 2012. So got a good idea of what we want to get. We just want to get, you know, all the eggs in the basket before, you know, we make a final purchase. So, and then what Bill is sort of odd, Bill Daniels talked about a stew. I'm going to throw this out. I'm going to tell you what $15,000 means to a fire department, whether it's Ringo, a Callens, a Climax, a Tunstall, a Providence, all these good guys and girls sitting here. We big on stew at Ringo, okay? I'm gonna put a plug in. We got a stew Saturday, okay? So come on. But anyway, October, we done our first stew, okay? And we cook. Most people cook a pot or 2. I mean, it's normal. And we've just been blessed by the grace of God over the years. Our business is so good. We cooked 7 pots of stew. That's all we can do. 7 pots of stew in October. We sold $11,000 worth. We cleared right at $6,000. December, we done another 7 pots of stew. We sold right at $11,000 worth, cleared right at $6,000. This Saturday, as far as I know right now, we're going to do 5 pots of stew, and we're going to do pretty good. But let me tell you what this $15,000 means, okay? I'm just going to use, say, the October stew. On a Friday, like tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but this Friday, from 12 to 4, we got 10 or 12 people peeling fresh potatoes and onions, okay? Y'all have done it, you shaking your head, you done it, okay? That's 48, I'm gonna say man hours, we got good guys and girls too, 48 man hours, okay? And then I got another crew of 20 comes in at night under the canopy with 7 stew pots, and they start opening cans, dumping it, cooking it, stirring it, and this group's there from about 11 to 7. That's 8 hours of 20 plus people. So let's say another 160 man hours, okay? Then I got another group comes in at 7. And we got a call too, okay? Might need this louder. But anyway, from 7 o'clock to 2, we got people selling it, you know, moving it around. All right, all right. But anyway, you know, you got another crew now from 7 to 2, okay? So that's another 7 hours, and we got about 15 or so in there. So I figured it out at 48 hours and 160 hours and 105 hours. To do that stew, we had 313 man/girl hours, and we've done 2 stews. That's 626 hours man/girl hours, okay? And we cleared a little less than 12,000. So you see what it is. This 15 means a whole lot. So thank y'all so much, okay?
Tunstall Volunteer Fire and Rescue, 25,000.
Thank you. I'm Bill Hubert from Tunstall Fire and Rescue. As Mike said and other ones said, but it's hard to get, when it's hard to get funds, especially when everything is increasing. We're, thank you to the Community Foundation and Danville Foundation that this funds are going to use to replace a ambulance. It was a 2000 ambulance. It's starting to get to the end of its age, reliability. This way, with this, we're more reliable, also more up-to-date vehicle. Thank you.
Yanceville Volunteer Fire and Rescue, 11,500.
I'm Jerry Potter, Assistant Chief of the Yanceville Volunteer and Fire Rescue, and we're in the completion phase of a mobile command station and air bottle refilling station. And we'll use these funds to purchase a hydraulic generator to power the onboard communications equipment, fax machines, computers, and refilling station, and so forth. And Chief stopped by my office yesterday. He couldn't be here today, but he told me, he said, "You're last on the list. If you talk a long time, they're going to throw stuff at you." So in that spirit, let me just say thank you to the Community Foundation and Danville Regional Foundation on behalf of the community in Yanceyville and Caswell County and the Yanceville Volunteer and Fire and Rescue.
I think I speak for all the committee members on the distribution committee. We know about this fire department equipment. We know thermal imaging, and we know how expensive and how it wears out. So we appreciate what you all do. That concludes the Danville Regional Foundation Awards. We have one more award, but Starling, again, on behalf of the Community Foundation and our community, we thank the Danville Regional Foundation for our relationship and your support of our grants, and hope it will continue in the future. We have one more grant to award from our Halifax County Fund, and I'm going to ask Logan Young and Bill Kelleher if they would come up and present the check. The Halifax County Fund was started a few years ago, and I think we awarded a grant last year, but this year we had a committee out of Halifax that looked at the preliminary request and decided to which organization they would award the funds, and they were pleased to award it to the Main Street United Methodist Church of South Boston, the Jane Jones Food Pantry. So if you would come forward to accept the check.
On behalf of the families that we serve in South Boston, Virginia, the Jane Jones Food Pantry at Main Street United Methodist Church, we thank you very much for your generosity. We normally serve somewhere around 250 plus families each month, and this check of $950 will help to provide food for about half those families next month. Thank you very much.
That concludes awards from our competitive grant cycle this year, but we have awarded other organizations from our designated funds and donor advised funds, and I would like to read through that list that has been previously awarded. And if you represent one of those organizations that is a recipient from one of these funds, or if you're a donor, please stand so that we can acknowledge you. From the P.L. Anderson Junior Family Fund, the Boys and Girls Club of Danville, First Baptist Church, Free Clinic of Danville, and the Salvation Army. Thank you. The Autism Education Fund, Rivermont School, and Pennsylvania County Schools, Gretna Elementary School. I think this. The Gary A. and Sherry M. Carroll Good for Youth Fund, Westover Christian Academy. The Christian Charities Fund, God's Pit Crew, and Little Life Pregnancy Center. James L. Clark and Henrietta Clark Fund, the Danville Life Saving Crew, and Moffett Memorial Baptist Church. Thank you. The Dan River Inc. Endowment Fund, Averett University, the Averett University BSN Nursing Student Scholarship Aid, DCC Educational Foundation, DCC Power of One campaign, the DCC Educational Foundation for the baseball program, and also the Technology Fund, the Danville Concert Association, Danville Museum of Fine Arts and History, Danville Pennsylvania County Chamber Foundation, the Danville Symphony Orchestra, Free Clinic of Danville, God's Storehouse, House of Hope, and the United Way of Danville, Pennsylvania County. Thank you. The Davis Family Fund made awards to Averett University, Bassett Memorial United Methodist Church, the Danville Cancer Association, Longwood University, Martinsville Cemetery Fund, Mount Vernon United Methodist Church. Thank you. The Domestic Violence Shelter Fund is a new fund established this year, and an award was made to Haven of the Dan River region. The Evans Library Fund was awarded to Danville Public Library. Ganzutis Family Fund made awards to Danville Cancer Association and St. Peter's Greek Orthodox Church. Thank you. The Garden Club of Danville Fund and Alma Courtney Siggy Perkinson Rose Fund made an award to the Garden Club of Danville. The Juanita G. Nita Grant Fund, Averett University's Library, and First Baptist Church of Danville's Endowment Fund. The Bobby Harker Memorial Fund, Piedmont Access to Health Services. Holland Fund and Winds Falls Fund, Crossroads Reconciliation Services. The Peter and Joanne Howard Lador Vidor Fund went to Temple Beth Shalom. Our donors are here, Peter and Joanne. We appreciate this is the first year that they've made an award. And I love the name. For those who know Hebrew, it is Lador Vidor is Hebrew from one generation to the next. Hospice Support Services Fund, Danville Cancer Association, and the Southern Area Agency on Aging. Larry Donald Husky Memorial Fund, Patrick Henry Boys and Girls Plantation, and PAS. Kangaroo Children's Cancer Fund, the Danville Cancer Association. Alexandra Heath Light and Mary Nelson Light Mission Fund, Oak Grove Residential Care, and Northern Pennsylvania County Food Center. The Marshall Family Fund made awards to Averett University, Boy Scouts, DCC Educational Foundation, the Free Clinic of Danville, God's Storehouse, Grace Design United Methodist Church, and the Community Foundation Endowment Fund. The Herman and Helen Melton Historical Fund awarded to Pennsylvania County Historical Society, and the Miller Woodbury Fund to Campus Outreach. Moses and Louise A. Merrick's Fund, Mount Cross Volunteer Fire and Rescue, and the Wales-Harrison Cancer Fund. The Audrey Milner Fund made awards to Oak Grove Residential Care and Pennsylvania County Historical Society. Martuck Arts and Culture Fund made awards to Averett University, Danville Area for Arts and Humanities, the Danville Area Choral Arts Society, Danville Concert Association, Danville Museum of Fine Arts and History, and the Danville Symphony Orchestra. Thank you. Mount Hermon Baptist Church Youth Mission Fund went to Mount Hermon Baptist Church. Cora Taylor Younger Smith Fund went to American Indian College Fund, Berea College, and the United Negro College Fund. Stendeg Family Fund went to Temple Beth Shalom. Benjamin M. Sugg Fund, Clover Cemetery. Urban Bible Fund went to New Community of Praise. The Veterinary Emergency Treatment Fund went to the Danville Area Humane Society. Thank you. And the Veterans Memorial Fund went to the City of Danville to manage the memorial. Again, to all you organizations, thank you for all you do to enrich the lives of the people of our community. And to our donors, we could not do this without you. And I will turn it over to Lawrence.
Thank you, Margaret. I started to stand for the Veterans Memorial. That's a wonderful pass-through fund that the Community Foundation manages, and the funds do go to the City of Danville for the maintenance and upkeep of the Veterans Memorial. And I'll put a plug in. Please come out and visit with us. I think if you haven't, you'll be pleasantly surprised at what you see out there. And if you have time, buy a brick while you're there.